Good evening, forecaster Mark Spencer from Ohio News and Weather with your weather forecast for March 11th, 2026. Boy, an active day across the state of Ohio. Fortunately, not a lot of severe weather, but we did have a possible tornado up in the Sidney County area. Some semis got blown off the highway. There was a barn that was destroyed. There was some other damage as well. I'm sure the Weather Service will be taking a look at that one here over the next couple of days. Fortunately, the severe weather threat did not particularly pan out. No, we had a decent threat in there for some tornadoes and definitely some damaging winds. It just did not quite come together. All right, well, it's windy out there tonight. It's going to be windy for your day on Thursday as well, and also turning colder. It's already turning colder with a strong cold front pushing across Ohio tonight. However, it's not going to last very long. It'll be warmer for the weekend, and it's a bit kind of a full spring a little bit again, because we're going to turn colder next week, and snow is going to make a return to the state as well. Yeah, not what you really want to hear the week that we leave winter and go into spring, but it's also not all that uncommon across Ohio. Our live storm track radar showing the rain moving across much of the eastern half of Ohio. Our cold front's right about in here, and it is much colder behind all of this as well. We'll take a look at current temperatures in just a moment. Much of the rain is light, especially northern Ohio, really north of I-70. So light to occasionally moderate rain, a little bit stronger down south. Let's take a look at this cell out near MacArthur and the Jackson area as well. We'll zoom on in, and this is a pretty decent cell here. It's mainly heavy rain, maybe some occasional lightning and thunder. That's all pretty much just north of State Route 32, and it's pretty much going to follow 50 all the way to about Albany and perhaps parts of Athens. Pretty much stay across that southern half of Athens County, work its way towards Parkersburg and Marietta. This is not anything severe. I don't expect it to be anything severe. It's about the strongest cell we have in the state right now. Generally just heavy rain associated with that. Moving on here, our current temperatures across Ohio at about 8:40 this evening. You can almost tell where the cold front is just based on this, just about. It kind of sneaks on through, but the cold front again is actually out here. For the most part. Actually, we'll get Dayton in on that as well. But 44 Cleveland, then you go south on 77 about a half hour, so 55 Akron, 55 Youngstown. We're still in the low to mid 60s across much of east central and southeastern Ohio. 61 Steubenville, 65 Marietta, 66 Athens, our warm spot. How about Ironton at 71? And then let's go to a cool spot here, Defiance, Lima at 37. Quite to the difference. That's almost a 35-degree difference. Wow. 38 Toledo, 40 in Dayton, 48 Cincinnati. We're still in the low to mid 50s across central Ohio this evening. Again, it's going to get quite chilly overnight tonight. We'll take a look at our overnight forecast in just a moment. You'll be pulling that jacket back out for your commute to work tomorrow morning. Let's jump to Friday here. Friday, we're going to have a system coming. It's going to bring some rain. It's going to bring a lot of wind too. So let's take a look at the rain first. Here's our rain coming in from the west. Much of Ohio sees rain. Could be moderate at times. By Friday evening, we'll get some of these other showers. We could see some snowflakes mix in north, kind of indicative there. And then we're going to warm up behind all of this, which is kind of crazy. Just this back and forth, these big swings. Might see a little snow Friday mix in. Won't stick with the rain and everything. It's mainly going to be rain. We'll be warm enough for that. But then the big thing is going to be the wind. So we're going to break this down in two different ways. I'm going to show you this model projection, and then I'm going to show you my wind gust forecast I put together for you as well. It's a little bit easier to see that way than this, but I do want to show you these colors here. These are 50, almost 60 mile an hour wind gusts moving across a large swath of Ohio. I don't think all of Ohio is going to hit that, but we'll see some 40, 50 in there. But I think right in here is where we're going to see the largest wind gusts, if you will, the highest wind gusts rather, where we could actually exceed 55 miles an hour perhaps at times. But it's going to be quite windy across Ohio on Friday. Here is our forecast for winds. I'm going to step out of the way for just a moment. Winds are generally going to be out of the southwest. Our yellow color there, those are wind gusts, generally 35 to 45 miles an hour for the most part. Then we get into the orange here. That's 45 to 55, and that red area is greater than 55 miles an hour. I think they'll be right around 55. Could maybe see a couple miles an hour faster than that in spots. It's kind of broad right now, but this is what it's looking possible for Friday. Could be some power outages in there with some tree limbs and branches coming down as well. So do be cautious for that, and don't forget to secure those loose items, including your trash cans out there. You don't want that going missing over the weekend. All right, our forecast for tonight is generally rain for the most part east. Actually, if you're pretty much west of I-71, it's about done right now. And then maybe a thunderstorm or two here early across southern Ohio. Otherwise, that rain's going to continue to move out. It's generally out of here by about midnight to 2 a.m. There might be some lingering showers here across southeastern Ohio. That would be about it. But chilly, these will be morning lows, so it's not going to be a thunderstorm in 31 and rain in 29 or anything like that. The rain's going to move out, we're going to clear out. These temperatures are going to fall. This is going to be about 6, 7 a.m. Upper 20s across northern Ohio and even central Ohio, upper 20s to low 30s and low to perhaps mid 30s across parts of southern Ohio. Again, the winds out there are going to be quite gusty. They'll be out of the northwest for the overnight hours, and your day on Thursday also going to be gusty as well. Generally 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusting about 35 or so. We'll tone it down a touch tomorrow. Winds maybe only gusting to about 30. We're gonna see clouds actually decrease. So I got partly cloudy skies pretty much along and east of I-71. That's pretty much gonna be the morning hours. Much of the state by the afternoon is in pretty much sunny skies, maybe just a few passing clouds out there. Temperatures though, well, a little bit closer to average, still a touch cooler. 35 Ashtabula, 37 Youngstown are gonna be our cool spots. Otherwise, low 40s across much of northern Ohio, and you got to get to southern Ohio to see the mid and upper 40s at that point. So not a bad day out there Thursday, but the wind, when you factor that in, these temperatures are going to be about, say about 10 to 12 degrees colder or so based on where you're at. So it's going to feel like basically the low 30s across much of northern Ohio when you factor in the wind chill. We'll keep you updated on all the latest weather and everything else is going to be happening with the wind. No severe weather, fortunately, expected. We're tracking that snow potential for next week as well. You can get your latest forecast by downloading our free Ohio News and Weather app, available on Google and Apple. Have a great night.